where back in the day you didn't know you didn't need to put your pants around your ankles to pee.
Okay, that's
common.
true. That's true. I'll be fair. That is true.
This is par for the course, you know?
Yeah, I'll agree.
To say otherwise is just to be be mean and rude.
You know, yeah, true. But I don't know if I can. I don't think I've ever fallen for the.
The urinal cake wipe is a little crazy. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yeah. It's a little much.
I mean, one could logically understand where it comes from, though.
Could you?
I don't know.
I don't think you could. Why would you reach your hand into a urinal?
You just pissed on it.
Would you reach your hand into the toilet? I don't think.
That's what I mean. What
like,
one in the toilet? Yeah.
Like, do you think you're gonna like those little scent things that you stick inside the toilet so it doesn't smell? Are you gonna think like, oh, I must reach inside the toilet and wipe myself with the scent
my
bar.
asshole with this
with the weird gel.
Yeah. Well, like, yeah, because I'm like, it's like if you were supposed to wipe yourself with it, like, why isn't it sitting on top of the urinal, like where like the flush thing is? Why is it in there for you to pee on it? Yeah.
Like you just peed on it, and now you think you have to wipe yourself with the thing you just peed on?
The line of logic is just a little absurd.
That's crazy.
True.
I'm being generous.
Butt cheeks out, like that's like maybe you just don't understand like social norms. But like urinal cake as a wipe is just dastardly.
True.
I can't get behind that one.
Real talk though? Oh, holy fuck.
Oh shit.
Alright. Yeah, we're gonna go back to 100%. Oh, it's got a bit of a kick to it. Oh. Real talk? What is the you guys were, I mean, I understand. I'm not a fan of AI either, but you guys were on demon time about AI.
I will always be
on demon time by AI. I was holding back.
Okay, you saying that, okay, so you think that someone making an AI creation like instantly loses a piece of their soul?
Yeah.
Dude, I will actively think less of them, and I have actively seen people as lesser of a being due to it.
Wait, why?
Dude, I stand by the fact that like generally for me, like the idea of AI, just down to its like basic core, serves no value to anyone other than people who have just no worth to give and or effort to, you know, provide. Like, one, it's nonsensical. Of all the things to give up to technology, like the one thing you'd be doing if you didn't have to be, or not the one thing, but just one of the various things you'd be doing if you didn't have to be working and slaving away to survive, right? You just willingly kind of cough it up to like technology to do it for you, and you just get the instant gratification from that and like rob yourself of it, because like these people are never going to pursue anything else. They rob themselves of the joy of creation, which I feel like is very vital to being a person. And like, you might as well just be a fucking drone at that point, bro. Like, just wrap it up, buddy. Like, and then on top of that, it's just severely harmful to the environment. Like, you're actively killing your own planet, burning gallons of water for this.
Wait, why?
Dude, the server rooms for the AI generation, like even like just the tech stuff, they have giant server rooms, and because of how intensive it is, they fucking they have like liquid cooling systems, and a lot of that shit does not return to the atmosphere in a proper way, and just kind of like, and like, it's been cited as one of the leading causes for increased global warming and like environmental problems in recent years. And it's like,
I agree, but couldn't you say that about like every server room? Like for every big social media thing, or like YouTube or Twitter or anything like this?
You could.
But like the thing is, this one's astronomically worse, and it's not like I'm not aware of the problems that technology itself has been, you know, causing. But the problem,
also, like generative AI it's just so unnecessary, and it's creating an unnecessary problem.
like, you can argue for the communication of people across social media and like the value of sharing things with each other, and then also it's just theft straight up.
Yeah.
In every goddamn way. It's just like, it's like copyright infringement with like a fucking like, you know, like, it's just disrespectful in every way. Like, just completely. Like, there is no AI art without theft, and like, people will be impossible to like, you know, like get all the permissions. Like, yeah, exactly. Like, you know, and then at the end of the day, I just think technology like this only has negative connotations. Like, it can't have positive ones. It just genuinely can't. Nothing, like, it'll never do anything actually significantly valuable for people. Like, people don't need it in their lives. They don't have to have it. It doesn't really provide any value. It's just something they want. And most of the time, it's not even something they actually want. None of these people care about art. They just want to spite something that they can't do, you know? It's something they can't get access to, and
they want a product with the least amount of work that will take no effort for them to get, that will look like crap.
Yeah, and the thing is, if at best it can just do some bullshit trend, and at worst we are now just today I saw just babies being generated. Like, oh wow, I generated some babies to look like these characters from fucking, like, you know, like this show, like realistic images of babies. It's like, oh wow, yeah, now that sounds perfectly great. We can just AI generate photos of women, babies, men, just to look any way we want and do whatever we want, because yeah, that's totally like an ethically fine thing to be doing, you know.
Well, hold on, wait, what's the issue with this? I understand like people are gonna use this for like creepy shit, right? But like, can't we already create things like this normally, like with 3D modeling and like drawing?
Yeah, but that problem is it's illegal.
It is, yeah. But like, both of these can be illegal and people can still do them.
Okay, but the thing is, to give
that doesn't make them good either.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not right. I'm just saying we've already been able to do this for a long time.
Yeah, with not this much ease of access, and like the thing is, you can just feed someone's entire fucking like picture portfolio into something and just instantaneously be able to do it. Like, sure, you can fuck someone up with just art, right, or like 3D models, but like the amount of like, you know, a lot of people, right, don't have the skills to do it, right? You know, it's not something they're capable.
Nor are
of
they
doing.
willing to learn.
Yeah.
Nor are they willing to learn, right? You
and
know,
then I think I understand. So like, there's an execution barrier with it, and because of that barrier, a lot of people who would do creepy shit like that probably would never get the opportunity to, because it was more stuff that they would do on a whim, versus like people who are willing to go through the effort and learn would probably figure out along the way that it's not the right thing to do.
True. Yeah, because I feel like you learn you learn ethics. And because, like, I feel like just the pursuit of pursuing art, like, and not for everyone. There's despicable artists. I'll agree. There are just artists who are outright despicable. But the thing is, right, it's way easier to hold a personal artist accountable for something. Like, there have already just been fucked up incidences with AI where, like one, there's no laws against it, right? Because it's already being normalized to just be doing things like this, and like just AI being just this wild thing. It's just like, okay, well, this is how it is with AI, right? Like there's no accountability. It's like oh well, I mean the company shouldn't have, like literally there's a case like that. People were generating AI nudes of Taylor Swift, and the court wanted to do something about it, but one, no laws, and two, any law they could enact actually fell on the company, and the company can just avoid as much legal like trouble as they want because they have a lot of money. Like really, like again, no accountability. Like of someone drawing something, doing something themselves, if caught, there's no one accountable other than them, you know. Like the law can take effect, right? It's just there's so much wrong with it, and it's like there are, you know, and like again, like AI is here to stay, and I don't think like there's gonna be a future without it in some way. But like I even think AI could even have its place in art. There are AI tools that are 100% ethical and not like, and don't use server rooms and run locally and work only off of the work you provided it in the session you provided it in.
For
And like,
example, the technology they used in Spider-Man.
yeah, like the Spider-Verse technology, like instead they drew the lines on the model once, right? Like all like the fine lines, like they make it look like comic books, and then they basically made an AI to determine like if something is facing so and so angle and the camera's at a certain distance, like show these like there's place for technology in the creation of art, because there's just a lot of things in art that don't really need to, like, you know, if I've colored like 50 frames, like solid colors of frames, like I've probably proven I can fill in lines, you know, like you know, they have tools for that were completely locally, and just they don't skip the process and like, you know, completely get rid of it. They just simplify something and aid in something that really anyone can do very easily. Like, and instead of support, and like, and then again, like this stuff leads nowhere. Never, like everyone's like, oh, it's so over. Like, I know it's not over. None of this stuff really means anything, because like no one understands what it actually means to create like a full project, and how fucking annoying, even if AI got super fucking astronomically like unstoppably good, it'd just be so annoying to finagle with AI prompts to get the actual results you want. Like, to the point, like any convenience that it had would just be 100% better to have with a human artist. And it's like, if by the end of the day the answer is like, oh, by the end of the day we're just going to have human artists anyways to just fix all the fucked up problems that come along with, like, you know, how restrictive AI art is. And like, this isn't even about the quality of what it produces, it's just like the fine tuning you would need. Then like, what's the point? Like what's generally the point? And then the resources that go into it of anything else, like the focus is all here when we could literally be doing anything else with this money and time and with people's intelligence.
I agree. I think though that like AI is gonna be like one thing that's kind of how do you explain it? Like it's like simply one thing that will happen, but without it, people would be using shortcuts in other ways as well. I feel it's definitely like the easiest way that we've created so far, but without it, people would be using like other shortcuts and ways too. I understand it's like
That's
all
true.
unethical and it's all sourced terribly, and it's like way too easy to do fucked up things, but I think either way people would find shortcuts as well.
That's true, but
yeah, but someone else's moral
the ease of
shortcomings.
access for it is kind of despicable.
Yeah, and like I don't know if there will always be people who have moral shortcomings and will always be devoid of that, but like that is not any reason to ever drop my own standards for what I feel is right.
What do you think? Okay, so I'm trying to think of how I want to word it. So obviously it's very unethical and whatnot, but with AI, do you think if it was sourced ethically, but it was also sort of like a shortcut and things, and you could create like a sample image of like in another, like you could be like, oh, show me like this in the style of like Da Vinci or a Van Gogh. Do you think they would be fine, or do you think it'd be fucked up?
I think, because like, you know, I think my thing with it is more so because, like, you know, I laid out like my multiple problems with it. I feel like, you know, ethically, like, you know, if like everything is copyright approved, everyone contones to the thing being in there, and or it's open domain, right? That definitely fixes one of the problems of generative AI, but not like every single other problem.
Yeah.
You know?
What's the main problem, would you say? Is it just the ease of access to doing dubious shit?
Ease of access to do, okay, if I had to say the 3 biggest problems, I'd say what it is not worth the cost
that it gives.
Of that it gives. Yeah, I think the impact on the world, like, I think that's my biggest thing. I just don't think what it provides is worth that cost, especially because it is the biggest technology leading in that direction, like in like the, you know, destruction of our environment. And that's crazy for something we truly, like, I can understand that people probably don't want to give up their YouTube and how important that is to people, and like how communicating over like social media is just such a vital part of society now. But like, genuinely, do we really need to give up our environment and like the health of it just so we can just avoid like enjoying our lives? You know, like participating in something that's supposed to be fun and like something that
makes humans what they are.
Yeah, and then like my second thing is, yeah, the ethics of it and how easy it is. Like, I feel like there will always be ways people could be unethical with art, but like the ease of access with it and like the lack of accountability are bad. I won't give a third one. I think those are the 2 points, right? I also don't want to drone on about like all the points again, but it's just those 2. It's just like, it's not worth it, and it's just far too easy with a lack of an accountability. Like, I guess it's just more of like what are we doing? Like,
yeah. Okay, I would agree. I don't think I agree with the part where I understand like it's definitely taking something away from it. Keep in mind, I don't disagree. I agree that AI is like super fucked up, and we definitely should not be using it, at least not in its current state, for numerous reasons. But I feel like with what it is right now, you need someone. It's not like AI is like, okay, we are going to generate every image humanly possible that can be created, and maybe someone will have a use for them, maybe not. The environment will get fucked because all of these things are constantly running this, and at some point it will, whatever you're looking for will rhyme with what has already been created, right? There's still some human element to it where you have to input something and it will change the effect of the of the outcome, right? So I think at some point people are still kind of engaging within art, obviously, albeit at like a very, very simple level, but there's still a human element to it, I believe. What do you think? Do you disagree or no?
I agree, but I think the human element is depraved, and I think it preys on the worst part of humanity, like the part that like purely looks for efficiency and easy fun. I feel like all the virtues in my life, I hold, like, if I were to make the fucking fucked up evil version of it, that's what the engagement of AI is. Like, I feel like, you know, all the things that drive me to do art myself, the opposite of that for me is what, like, I feel drives people to make AI art, right?
Yeah.
Like, I feel I want to challenge myself, and I want to feel the reward of a good art piece after I worked hard for it, right? You know, maybe I make a funny little thing and people laugh, and I know I earned that laugh, right? For other
Not just
people, it's,
that.
I don't want to give the time for this, but it would be pretty funny if this existed. And, like, you know, it's like a well-earned laugh exchanged for a cheap laugh. Like, I feel like it's just preying on the worst part of people, and the easy road out isn't always like the human element. Like, not everything about people is positive, and I feel like the human element that goes in could either just be like, oh, okay, we're feeding the machine. I'm feeding him images of myself and my people I know, even maybe against their permission, right? Maybe they don't even understand what it fully means to be fed to an AI and be given these images to them, you know? Like, I just think it's a little whack.
AJ, you were gonna say something?
Oh, I was gonna say, for me, like, it's not even like, art for me isn't even like I'm gonna challenge myself and like feel good about it. It's more like, this is a piece of me, and I'm gonna express myself through it. Like, no one else is ever gonna draw the way I do.
True.
And even if they try, it's just a replication of what I've created. Like, they could take elements of what my thing is, but at the end of the day, it's still part of my legacy, you know?
Yeah.
Like, my legacy affecting someone else. So I think for AI to literally just take people's stuff and mash it together into one thing is like, it's still their thing, but it's not like taking inspiration by it. Like, you can type in an artist's name when generating an image, right?
Yeah.
But that doesn't make it like your version of that person's thing. It just makes it a soulless, cheap copy of that person's actual life, you know?
Yeah.
Especially the
That's
Ghibli
where it
art
loses
when
its soul, I think.
Yeah, he said like
you're doing it
art.
specifically for a product and not to make something.
Yeah. And like, I don't know, the Ghibli art style especially is like, it feels like specifically insulting, because the first time you ever saw generative art 10 years ago, like the earliest form of it, like even if we just want to, like, you know, this is just his philosophy of the world, and we don't want to take it as like pure fact, right? You know, he said it was like an insult to life. Let's just narrow that down to just him as a person. Let's just not apply that to anything else. Like, let's just say that's how he feels, right? It's crazy to take a man's art where he felt like generative art from even back then was an insult to his very life, right? Even so far as him to say that like what does the world come to? Like, I need to die soon. Like, you know,
he was like doom-pilled on this.
He's been doom-pilled about everything.
Doom-pilled. He believes the idea of artistry was doomed from the beginning 10 years ago, and I can't imagine
he
what
wasn't that wrong.
Yeah. And like, I don't know, like, I feel like even specifically with that, it's just like, you know, like, and AJ brings up a good point. Like, when I do art, you know, like the way, like, we, you know, when we noted that, like, okay, that one enemy from Majora, like, or not Majora, is Sonic Unleashed probably inspired the way I do some of my eyes. It's like, that's another real living human being speaking to me and like leaving an impact on me. And like, you know, it's like the reason why I read books and watch shows. It's a conversation with whoever created it, and Sometimes you fucking hate that conversation and think the creator's stupid, or sometimes you think they're brilliant. But like,
But they
there's
still
nothing
created something, and it made an impact on your reality.
Yeah, and I just feel like, man, like when it comes to like AI art, there's really nothing to be said about it other than like, you're like, yeah, like that sure is a thing that exists in the world now.
That plus, like, you could argue, like, what if it was completely ethical, but the fact is it isn't, and I probably won't ever be, because the people using generative AI, as
Don't
we've
want it
seen,
to be ethical.
yeah, as we've seen with the whole Ghibli trend, they don't care about it being ethical, and they clearly don't want it to be, because that would take away from the product they want to make. They don't want to have to ask someone for permission to use their thing. They just want to use it, no strings attached, no consequences, and call it theirs.
Yeah, the AI would literally be sent to the fucking Stone Age if it was ethical. Like, that shit would be gone.
Exactly. No one would be using it.
People,
Except
the only
maybe
people who
like
want
artists
AI
trying
are artists
to
who won't use it.
Yeah. Artists who might like use it as like, I don't know, inspiration for what they could draw next or something. But then, honestly, in my opinion, at that point, you're just kind of sticking yourself in a rut. Because you're just drawing the same thing over and over again.
True, yeah, because like if you're like in such a bad spot with art where you're like you need to generate an image to like see what you should draw next, it's like put the pencil down for a while and take a break, buddy.
Yeah.
True. I agree with everything. At the same time, though, there's a part of me that believes that AI will somehow be used for good at some point.
That's not. I think that's not a bad take to have.
I agree.
I think optimism is good. But
that's the upsetting part about it. It could be used for great things to help people. It just.
But right now, everyone would rather it be unethical. Like, if they had a choice, they would choose. If they had a choice to have what they have now, but ethically, they would not choose it.
True.
Is what I'm trying to get at, I guess.
I swear, I may be speaking crazy with this one, but I feel like if you went up to someone and was like, okay, we get rid of all generative art AI, but we'll replace it with like top edge, like medical AI that's like assists.
No one would care. No one would
people
want
would be like,
that.
Wait, what? No, you can't be serious.
They'd think you're taking away their freedom of expression.
Yeah, like they'd be like, no, I'd rather a million children die and work staff be more overworked and like and all that, just so I can generate my thing. Like people don't want the good of it.
Yeah.
Because good generative, or just good AI, not generative AI, just like the idea of AI, like a good version of it is just not. It's not fun. It's not goofy. It's not like something you can just do.
What do you think? What do you think is like? Do you think people will get like AI'd out at some point and they'll be like, I've already like recreated like everything I want to do with AI. Like this shit isn't fun for me anymore.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I feel like that's happening already to some people.
Yeah, it's kind of happening.
Like they're like, oh man,
it
like my prompts keep giving me the same outcome. This isn't what I want. Like, brother, make it yourself.
Yeah, pick up the pen.
Pick up the pen, dude.
I've actually seen people who've generated AI art actually swap to doing real art.
Oh yeah, me too.
Like where like they're like, oh, I need to start editing these photos to make them look right, or like, oh, this image looks perfectly fine, but it won't get exactly how I want it, so I'm gonna edit it. And then they start editing so much to the point they just start like fucking doing art. You're just like, fuck it, I'm gonna start learning how to do art. And it's like, that's what I mean. Like, if at some point you just have to be like, oh fuck, I guess I'm just gonna have to do it anyways. Like, what are we doing, bro?
I agree. But what if you before were like, artist for artist, I'm not an artist, I'm not going to be able to do this. And then go ahead.
Then you learn.
Yeah, but what if you didn't know you could learn until you see AI and then you're like, okay, let me like edit this, and then you're like, wait, this is actually not bad. And it's like the gateway into you learning how to do art.
Well, I guess I just don't know what you mean by someone doesn't know they can learn.
Most people don't know that they can learn things. Most people just see people do things and they're like, okay, let me try to draw a character, and they're like, this looks ass. Like, this is a stick figure.
Yeah, I guess that's true, but like, I guess that thought in itself to me is faulted.
It is. Faulted. It absolutely is. But I think the vast majority of people who believe this, I think the vast majority of people in life just believe this.
Yeah, but like a majority of the time, AI art just leads people to be like, "Oh, thank God, I have this God-given talent that other people have, but now I have it for real."
Yeah,
you think so?
Better than them.
Now I have
how
it
they
for
talk.
real, and now I'm one of them, but better.
Yeah, that's literally how.
Because I can do it
talk.
faster and easier.
I've had multiple AI artists, fucking, like on Discord, basically say I should probably fucking give up and/or end myself because the AI era.
Oh
is here.
yeah,
And I'm
seen
like,
so many
Jesus
people
Christ.
be like, we don't even need artists anymore because we have this.
Damn.
It's crazy how much people think, like, how much of the work they think the computer's doing.
True. I mean,
and then it becomes Sonic the Hedgehog.
I don't know. Okay, call me crazy, but I feel like if they talk to any human being, like not even involved in art, and they're like, look at what I can do with like generative AI, like I'm literally stronger than them and I can create what I want to create faster than they ever will, I feel like people would be like, yeah, well, you're not really like creating it, are you?
You'd be surprised.
Do you think people are like, oh yes, it looks so good?
No, because you have to think about it, these are the same people who are like, they don't know how art works, right? Like they think like people draw circles with a digital tablet and like Sonic the Hedgehog full illustration comes into existence. They don't know how, like, they just see people generate art and they're like, man, you must be a technical wizard. Like I don't know nothing about that. Like
did
crazy.
you hear Trump talking about his son? How he thought it was amazing that his son could turn on a computer after he turned it off.
That
Have you
is
seen
what
that
old
clip?
people do. I've never heard it, but I believe it's true.
Dude, my
it's
mom's
recent. It was from like a couple
bought my
weeks
little brother
ago.
an AI Spider-Man mug that we don't use because it's like, brother, what the fuck?
Yeah, and like the thing is, they don't see like the visual problems with
No,
it
we
either.
can't ever.
Like they don't see all of the different mistakes that are like so
You need to get a grip.
so prevalent in the image. Like
Helen is nonsensical.
what?
Sorry, talk to my mom.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, like most of the time they will like you see people on like Twitter and stuff and they'll be like, oh, I had to edit the image or like put in a bunch of prompts until I got it perfect. But people who use it in real life usually don't see the problems that are created. Like they don't see all the messy lines and like the incorrect spelling and the bundled up words.
I can understand
or
that
even
part.
simply with ChatGPT, they don't see like grammatical errors or how like robotic their writing sounds.
I agree.
Like a regular person doesn't notice that kind of thing, and so if someone showed them like, look what I made, I'm an artist now, they would 1000% believe it. They'd be like, you made that, like you put in the prompts and like you made that.
I genuinely don't think that people would do this. I think they would, maybe I'm crazy, But I feel like people would be like, if you told them like, hey, I put in this prompt and it made this, even if they perceive it as like, oh, the lines are perfect, everything looks amazing, right? And like you've pretty much created one-to-one with the same amount of work, they'd be like, well, maybe you did, but like you didn't like really do anything here, did you?
We definitely have different experiences, because that's not at all what I've experienced.
Not only are a lot of people actually just kind of like, oh, okay, you made that, but also that's assuming that an AI artist is honest enough to be like, yo, I generated this and not just I made this. And average people do not care to actually like focus on art enough to actually see like just like again, like my mom's friend Calvin bought my little brother a Spider-Man AI generated mug where like the AI didn't even know what like how to generate webs. They're kind of like branch webs, and they're kind of like melting into him, and like because the generation didn't really understand the mask, it just decided like the mask is like his skin color. So he has like big veins on his head and stuff.
Okay.
And it's just fucking like, and like he bought it from a swap meet, from a physical.
Yeah,
swap
that's
meet.
mostly where I've seen stuff like that. Is at like yard sales and swap meets and stuff, flea markets.
That's strange. I think that's kind of, I mean, obviously it's grossly illegal, but if you were like, I feel like this can be applied in different ways to different things, right? Okay, for example, we went to the Ren Fair recently, and they had a bunch of these little drawings of like it's kind of like the weird shit you see when you go to the mall, and there's like those holographic images of like oh, this is a cool dragon, yeah, or like this is a like cartoon character, right? And I was like, this was like kind of impressive back in the day when I came here as a child, but now this kind of just looks like AI, even if it's not.
Yeah.
And I don't think that'll change people buying it, because the people who are already buying the slop pictures probably are still gonna buy the slop. But like now they don't have to work as hard, I guess. Is there any? I feel like.
Well, yeah, slop eater is gonna eat slop. Like,
yeah, I feel like either way they're gonna consume it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like then there's just so many other different things wrong with it. That,
well, yeah. Like I feel like when you solve one problem, it's like you just have all the other ones there, where it's just like, and like what can you? I don't, and I always get excited when I see ethical, localized AI art tools. Like I get fucking giddy. Like, oh man, who knows what fucking art is gonna do with this? Like this is gonna make the process so much easier for people. Like it doesn't hurt the environment. It doesn't steal. It, you know, runs completely locally on your computer. It only samples from your current project and not even like your catalog of projects. It does one super hyper specific, like simple thing, like just blocking out color, right? Or like slightly determining whether a line appears or not. But it's usually like something really annoying that would just take like a fucking hour of just like just, you know, basically just like, oh, line here, line here, line here. Just fucking simplifies the whole process. Like I always get fucking excited when I see things like that, because I'm like, there's definitely a place for technology and art and technology and everything. Like but that's the thing. A lot of tech bros aren't thinking about what will make the world better. They just kind of like, we're teching, like we make tech.
Yeah, we make stuff and then we don't deal with any consequences or perceive if it's ethical or not.
Like I think I had this kind of talk of Fernando where he's like, man, I can't wait for AI, infinite AI in video games. I'm like, and I'm not gonna go through the whole conversation, but what it boiled down to was I was like, the thing that makes games so good is intentional design, even in roguelikes, because like Gungeon, for example, has set rooms just in a random order. Like there's always a order to the RNG. It's never truly random. And games like that that are truly random aren't usually that fun.
True.
Right? That was my stance, right? There has to always be some order to it. Like there's always intention. And his stance on it was, with AI, we can make games that last forever and infinitely generate on and on and on without end. And I'm like, and then I guess my point to that was, I would never want to just play one game infinitely forever without end. Who the fuck has time for that? Like, the hell is the point of that?
Who
I want
the concentration for that.
Yeah,
like, I can't play the same game for like more than 2 weeks. I have to be swapping between other. I don't think I've ever played a continuous game for more than 2,000 hours.
Yeah, he was basically like, think of your favorite game forever.
It's like,
and I'm like,
it's like I willingly play the same content because I enjoy the same content. Not because there's infinitely more of the content.
True. And I feel like that's the tech bro mindset versus like someone who does like art mindset or like creation. It's like
someone
I feel
who
like
enjoys
Fernando thinks like a
something
tech
for the
bro.
sake of because someone created it, or for the sake of because I like it.
To be fair to Fernando, I don't think he wants AI in games anymore.
Oh, well.
Is that true?
That's yeah, okay.
I think I've asked him about this after you told me this, and he was like, no, that'd be terrible. So I think he just came to his own conclusion and realized it probably wasn't the best.
I wish he could have come to it. Dude, bro was fucking like, dude, we were borderline yelling at each other when we had that conversation. Yeah, like Lala was like, like this always happens when you guys are in the same room.
That's kind of true, but that's besides the point.
Well, this is true. This is why Fernando doesn't play anything with me anymore.
Oh no.
Well, okay. Call me crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the other day, I was trying to get an answer to a question that I've had for a long time that I believe is a thought-provoking question, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So let me give you the example, right?
It's either gonna be really reasonable or crazy.
So you find out, Matrix style, you are living in a simulation. Okay. Someone tells you, and they say, you can leave the simulation whenever you want, but reality is going to be infinitely worse than whatever simulation you're in right now, right?
Okay.
Or you can just stay living in the simulation, right? But you'll know that reality is true. Do you choose to stay in the simulation, or do you choose to wake up?
I'd stay.
I feel like the person I was before, I don't know if I was willingly put in or I chose to be put in, but even if I willingly chose to go into the simulation before, that was who I was, but who I am now, hell, maybe my mind will change once I go. Like, I'm just gonna be like, fuck. Maybe I should have stayed. But I don't know, I guess, like, I don't like the idea of running away. You know?
I agree.
Like, I'd rather fate, because, like, you know, it's like, I feel like it's the same idea, like, let's say I'm living in the real world, and, like, someone says, like, oh, you do this, or I'm gonna shoot you in the head. And it's, like, something I could just never see myself doing, so it's like, oh, shit, like, I guess I'm gonna shot in the head. It's that type of thing for me. It's like, well, I just don't believe in running away. And whoever I was before, you know, if I chose this for myself, I've changed as a person. And, like, now I'm gonna choose to go back because, like again, like, I don't know, like, I've turned my back on myself and my own life. Like,
I agree. I agree with this point, right? And there's a bunch of different routes that you can go down to, right? But it's not. The main thing I would say is the first path is like his argument. This is about as far as we got, where he was like, I understand this is the case. Like, I understand I'm not living in reality, but it's real to me. And so I want to stay because no matter what's happened, it is now real to me. And my argument was, maybe it's real to you, but it's not actual reality. And everything you do, like everything you achieve, for me, it would fuck with me, because like anything I achieve, I'll be like, okay, well, is it because the simulation was decided for me to achieve this, or did I actually work hard to gain anything?
Yeah.
Like I'll never know whether or not. What?
Yeah.
That's kind of what like religion is for religious people.
Is it?
Yeah, they're like, God made this decision for me. I thank you, God.
Yeah, some people do really believe in like, oh, like I'm doing this under God and He commands me to do it. Like I have to. Like I did this for that. Like a lot of people believe in like the predetermined, like God knows all and what happens will happen.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. But yeah, I couldn't live like this, right? Because it's fake. So he was like, well, it's real to me, and I was like, yes, but it's fake. And he's like, I'm not talking to you anymore. I can't, because I know what you're gonna do. Because I tried hitting him with an analogy, and I know I do some crazy hypotheticals and some metaphors. We know this. But like, at some point, I have to try and bridge the level of understanding. But he was like, he just straight up stonewalled me out, and was like, no. No matter what you say, I'm not doing this. I'm not engaging in this conversation anymore. There's nothing you can say to change my mind.
Well, I don't think you were necessarily trying to convince him, were you?
I was just trying to get his opinion on it, but he's like, I don't want to. I'm just gonna get angry if you keep talking to me. Don't stop talking to me. I'm gonna get angry. And I was like, what the fuck?
That's just kind of the kind of person he is, I guess. No hate to Fernando.
Yeah.
It's just the kind of person. He doesn't want to argue about what he believes. Or I guess... Yeah, he doesn't want... like, I kind of get it. Like, I don't like disagreeing with people. Because I feel like I'm right. But, you know.
But, like, yeah, I see where Fernando's coming from. Like, I can... Like, because here's the thing. If I found out my life was just not real... Like let's say like this, like we're talking right now. Imagine I found out none of this was real.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's like I have spent so long. Like I don't think I'd stop caring about you guys. Like maybe in some way you are real. Like if this life could feel like this, then maybe in a way it is real in its own way. Right? Like maybe this reality, if you're like native to it, does exist for you. It is real. It's as real as maybe life itself can be. But the thing that draws me, like even if I knew I have nothing like to return to, assumedly you wouldn't know what's exactly out there except for it's bad. Like I think to myself, like, well, if I care about you guys so much, about my like family so much, I imagine I have people out there that cared about me this much that I turned my back on. Like I have a like for me, it's in part of like it probably changed. I'm not the type of person to run away, but also it's like I have a responsibility to go back. Like it's because of how attached I am to the people here, is why like who knows what's going on with the people out there, and the relationships I have with them. Like they deserve. Like, you know, because imagine you go back and it's like, where were you, man? You were like a grade A doctor who, like, was working on. Like, imagine like you just literally left people hanging, right?
Yeah, I can understand.
Like,
this.
You know,
I don't think that, in my opinion, I don't think you're convincing the people who want to stay with this though, because, and you can say like I don't care about convincing them, but the reason why they're staying is because they trust in the people and they know people here and they love their family and they love their friends and they enjoy everything they have right now and they've worked hard for it, right? If you're like, well, you have a life out there, they're like, well, I have a life here that I know of and I care about probably just as much, right? So it doesn't matter if it's real or fake or not. But to me, I think the big distinction is that the fact of it being fake, right? Like if I guess a better question is like, if you knew that something you believed in your whole life was actually a lie, would you want to know that, or would you just rather go on living the lie and thinking that you're right? I believe that even if it's something like core to your being and it turns out to be wrong, I feel like you kind of have to know the truth rather than living in the lie your whole life.
True. Yeah, like I always had like a stance about I have strong feelings about like truth like that too, because like you know I was talking, one of my family members were like, oh, um one of my cousins who was born, they were just gonna like lie to them about like who their father was, right? And
Whoa.
I'm like, I don't know, I think they have a right to their own truth. Like, you don't have to sugarcoat. Like, maybe, like, you don't have to tell them. Like, I feel like you shouldn't outright lie to a kid, but like, of course, you shouldn't lay the harsh truth on a kid either,
Yeah.
right? Like, they have a current father figure, and like they have, but like, it shouldn't be hidden from them, like, because like, again, the devastation of finding out, which they will eventually, probably, like, oh, like
On
the
before the
father
moon
figure,
crashes into the earth, how the fuck do I get that key door, bro?
that key door up there. Oh shit. Fucking. I remember this shit being fucky wucky.
Alright, whatever, I'll figure it out. Keep going.
Yeah, sorry about that. This temple got me fucked up whenever I played the game. But like, yeah, no, like it's like he has a right to his truth, like I don't know. I feel like if someone gave me like a key, like if someone came up to me and was like, "Yo, don't tell this person," but like, and then like insert information that's like super like important to like that person's like life, right? Like, you know, like let's say like someone's like, "Oh, I'm cheating." I wouldn't just tell the person that is being cheated on because it's morally right. I tell the person that's being cheated on because like they just have a right to the truth. You know, like they should be able to make decisions in their life that account for the truth. Like making decisions under a lie is crazy.
Especially if it can be helped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I can respect the decision to stay. It's like, okay, it's your choice, but like you should know. You probably know that you're living in a matrix.
Yeah.
Yeah. Personally, I would stay because I feel like that's kind of how I already live. Because I'm not really religious, but I also don't know like if there's an afterlife or like what it would be like. And so I'm like, when I die, this is all gonna be gone anyways. Because I'm not gonna be here, right? Like, whether there's an afterlife or whether it's just like nothing, like, I'm still gonna be gone no matter what. So, I'd rather spend my time, like, doing things that make me happy rather than thinking about the fact that it's not gonna last forever.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, I was trying to get this one answered, and I was not making any progress with Fernando.
Man.
But not because I couldn't convince him, but because he simply did not allow me to start.
Yeah.
I realized now that like a lot of people. Oh, am I all the way back at the beginning? I'll end with 3 hearts. Oh boy, oh boy. Do these locks and shit stay unlocked, or no? I would have to go back and do the whole temple over again.
Yeah, no. The only thing that's permanent is the items you carry on you. But I will say, you are nearing the end of the temple.
Well, that is literally the boss, bro.
Well, yeah.
And I'm nearing the end of the temple.
Me?
There you go, full health.
Ooh.
Ooh. Not
Yeah, I'm
anymore.
starting to realize that like a lot of people don't. They just don't. Maybe I'm just like really annoying, but they don't want to like talk to me.
Well, I guess it can be like frustrating sometimes trying to be convinced otherwise of things you like feel really
strongly about.
Yeah.
I don't know, I feel like 90% of the time for me, it's like I don't know, it builds conviction for what I believe in, and or may lead to me rethinking my mind.
That's true, but for me, I already do that a lot in my head, talking to myself all day. So it's like,
Real.
then I have to do it to an
light-hearted
actual
arrows
other
is
person.
later.
You don't get enough mana to kill him with just light arrows. Alright, whatever, I'll try it. Alright, this is gonna be really slow and boring, but I'll do it. This is the only way I'm gonna have enough mana to do this.
Today was the thought-provoking stream.
Yeah.
True.
This was the
philosophical stream.
philosophical stream.
In this one, he literally becomes immune to light arrows for some reason. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm not trying to convince people otherwise. I'm just genuinely curious a lot of the time. But then they feel like I'm arguing with them, and I'm like trying to catch them in a lie.
That's fair. Because I think I get like that a lot. I don't like my, it's definitely a flaw, but I don't like my, I guess my opinions being questioned. But I'm definitely a hypocrite for that. Because I'm constantly trying to convince other people I'm right.
No way.
True.
Every time me and Key talk about anything, it's me being like, well, you're just wrong.
Well, okay, yeah, I have a habit of like, okay, I won't lie, like, I don't try to change people's minds, but like just early today, like, it just like, oh, the mouse thing's stupid, but I'm like, well, but what about all like the PC games that can be played with it? And then like, it just like, well, it just looks stupid. I'm like, yeah, but like, it's Nintendo we're talking about, like the Wii U Joy-Cons, like no one liked those when they first like came out. And
Yeah.
like, bro just was honest, like, I don't like being wrong, bro, because I'm right.
Real.
No, I just like, I don't know. The mouse thing, it does look kind of goofy to me. I don't like it.
Okay, I'll admit, like it does, but like, it's useful.
Like, it's useful, but like, I don't want to be playing a Mario Party game and then it's like, oh,
okay, well, that's
your
the
little
one
mouse
unuseful
controls.
thing that they showed with it. Like, that
Yeah,
was
but that's
stupid.
like, it's useful for games that are like ported from PC.
Yeah.
It's less useful for pre-existing Nintendo games
that just have it jammed in for no
that
fucking
just have it
reason.
jammed in that feels so out of place.
Yeah.
That's why it looks stupid. Like, the idea is really cool. Like, to flip your controller over and use it as a mouse. Like, I thought the idea of it's really cool, but the way they've, like, presented it in the Direct just made me like, ugh. I don't know. I don't want to do that.
Yeah. I can see that. But
Like,
I
they
think,
made
yeah.
a cool thing and then they tried to slot it in wherever they could.
True. Am I just doomed? Oh. This boss fight is interesting.
There's a lot of positive.
Yeah, they needed to show some mercy with pods being
Can you just
made.
flip? If I hit that? Let's see.
Mechanic. Probably because what happens in the second phase of this boss fight is so jarring that like any other information about the boss fight is left in my brain.
They straight up just do not give you any extra health. So you can only kill the ice one, but I'm guessing it's gonna flip upside down and this guy's gonna have a bunch of like eyes on his opposite side or some shit. What is this here? What is that? That was just a very big heart? Okay. That also gave the same amount of a normal heart?
Dude, that's so funny in context.
Bro, that literally gives the same amount as a normal heart. Why is it that big?
I'm sorry. Like I never really noticed that they were that big here.
Well, I guess so that way you can see them.
Oh my god, yeah, they're huge.
He literally just stops at some point, though. Oh.
Stop, hit him a little bit.
Do you think he'll just go back up if I don't hit him?
I never sat around long enough for that.
Oh, he
so
does.
I hope not.
That's pretty cool. This boss fight is strange. Do you think I do this before time runs out?
100%.
I feel like the timer should be paused in boss fights.
But how they can go while you're fighting on behind?
No, that's so messed up. I agree.
Oh, it's not even like he doesn't even get more eyes depending on how many how much damage he's taken. He only gets more eyes depending on how many times he's gone down. So theoretically you could just like fuck up a billion times and just genuinely be fucked. Alright, that definitely hit his eye. Oh dude, I'm getting Slither IO'd. He's got me in the center.
Oh shit.
Oh shoot. It's kinda...
Is he just full on dead? Oh, he is. He's just full dead. Oh, never mind.
When I see a giant slithery monster and compare it to every other Zelda boss.
I'm not gonna lie, they hella love to do slithery monsters like this with weird eyes. They're giving me a chest?
Go grab your reward, bro.
The boss is not over. It's gonna be like, oh, you opened the chest. Now Link will die.
Yeah, it's like, well, mimic a part of this boss.
He could fit in there.
The Giant's Mask. What the fuck? Oh, when we brawl as a giant?
No way.
They the hell are...
Majora.
What the fuck is this? The hella just like wanted to make a mask like this, and they were like, how are we gonna give him it? Whatever, just fucking put it in a chest.
Yep.
It only works in this boss fight? No! What the fuck? It doesn't work. Oh! It only works in a certain room, and I'm not in a certain room.
Oh, because I think you need magic to use
Oh,
it.
you do? Okay, let's check. Let's go giant mode. We just go big mode. This is pretty cool. How is this in the game?
They just kind of felt like doing some shit.
This is pretty cool. It's kind of strange that they just decided to put this in though.
The giant hearts were making me laugh because I was like, "Oh, you're gonna turn into a giant," and that's how the hearts make you giant.
True.
Oh my god.
Do I need to shoot this?
Get him.
Oh. Oh, dude, Super Mario?
So long, Gabe Bowser.
Yeah. There we go.
It would have been so awesome if they had a cool whip sound effect.
Yeah. The oh, we can roll? No, I want to hit him with the giant boulder. Is this required?
No, I think you, well, actually, with the fucking, like, pop out, it would make it a lot easier. I like how Link's like, got that.
Like, mask off.
Mask off. I need to get small, bro.
So Sometimes it's essential to be small.
It is. Most worms.
If you... Imagine they made this boss so that way you had to, have max magic to fight it.
That'd be actually evil.
Alright, he is immune to that?
Baby boulder.
Wait, is that... He's actually immune to boulders? This isn't the answer? Oh, he just simply escapes at some point and then we can beat him.
They're just fucking around with having a boulders there, like, what can you do when you're giant? Throw boulders.
The roll is like cracked in this fucking one. Like, I don't know why the rolling is like absolutely absurd. You can go like so much further with it. Do you think it's 2 hits or 3 hits to kill him?
I feel like we need to get the classic 3 for...
Oh.
This is kind of annoying.
Yeah.
They had to give you time in the one area in the game where this mask works. Because for some reason they made a single boss fight where one mask works and then never works again.
It only works in one specific room.
I kind of really want a remake of this game where like the masks work universally no matter where you are. Like you can just walk around tournament field as a giant.
That'd be
I know
cool.
there was a bunch of glitches that you could do to like actually get outside this boss fight with like the exclusive mask.
Yeah.
And I used to do them all the time.
Could you actually like use the mask or no?
Like you'd actually use the mask and just walk around as a giant. But they'd always take me hours to do because I was so bad at the execution of the glitches.
Yeah.
And then I'd walk around for like 5 minutes and be like, it's kind of boring since I'm like just in terminal field or something. Like I kind of wish I could go to another area and do it, but like I'm gonna be bad at doing the glitch again. It's like when we went to a different area, you had to become small again. Or else
My
it wouldn't go
boy.
away.
This type of peace is what all warriors strive for. Gee, it sure is boring being a giant in Termina Field.
My boy is being a giant in Termina Field.
That's what all warriors strive for. Yo, if he dies on 3rd hit and I'm here with like half a heart killing him, that'd be pretty cool. Just barely surviving.
You want my games? You can have them. You just have to pay
Another
$90.
4?
Okay, I don't understand. It's either 4 or 5 hits, but like, why?
Yeah.
Oh, he's releasing worms.
No. Oh my god.
Oh, I'm dead.
Oh my god, this is despicable.
I mean, you knew I was not going to be able to beat that with half a heart. There was simply no way.
Why did they make you fight the babies? And now it's... Ooh.
Listen, we have one whole thingy of a bobber. Be good.
What is this? Oh. Oh, well, we can just go right back in with this.
Yeah.
That's not bad. This is like the only boss that was like actually kind of difficult.
I think it overstays
It kind of does.
Yeah.
I mean, the 3 would have been like the perfect length for it.
Yeah, because there's already that first half of the boss you have to fight.
True.
Yeah, like, well, comparing it to like the Megalodon motherfucker and the other guy, like the bull, like this one hella made no sense for it to be like this long.
Yeah.
But hey, that's just me. They thought otherwise. Dude, that area does look so cool jumping into that.
Yeah. So I can put on the giant mask instantaneously. Yeah.
Can I? Can I fuck both of them up?
Yeah, you can.
They force you to watch that the first time, no matter what. What?
You had no magic.
I literally put it on with full magic. What? Am I the only one who saw that?
No, you had like a sliver of it.
I swear to God, I remember putting it on and looking over, and I had like full magic.
Dude, even when I look over, I think I see the
Thank you for describing the whole situation, but saying me when I at the beginning of it.
That's so true. I do that.
Dude, you're welcome.
Instead of saying like, this thing makes me angry. It's like me when this thing happens to me.
Which makes me somewhat angry.
Yeah.
I might be gooned because I don't think I'm getting any more health. Oh wait, we got one heart.
Go to kill him.
We're going rage mode. We're going demon mode. But this guy only dies in 3 hits. Why the fuck did the other guy not die in 3 hits?
Because he had to be cool and scary.
Yeah.
I guess so. Oh, is it telling me to grab his tail?
Yeah. Where's
I did not grab that.
Oh shit. Boom. Boom. Boom.
Oh, he just dies?
Yeah.
Okay, what even was that move? Why was I like was choking him, but
You, like,
I wasn't?
Yanked
Like,
out his
wait.
eyeball.
Like, yeah, I guess you squeezed his
choked his
throat
eye.
so hard his eyeballs came out. And
Yeah, but then
like-
we slammed him on the ground on his head anyway. And his
Well, it's the
eyeball was
finisher,
his
dude.
eyeball was already out.
It was, well, I mean, it was the finisher, bro. Like, you know, after you.
The one dude
You
who's
gotta
only
finish.
played Mortal Kombat when they see this game. Dude, it was a finisher,
Well,
bro.
It was the finisher.
He has only
Fatality.
ever played.
Yeah, I think I've played Mortal Kombat since like the 8th game. Or 7th or 6th. I don't know. It was a long time ago.
No, you play it every day, bro.
Dude,
Yeah.
I play it every day. I love Mortal Kombat. It's my favorite game series.
Yeah, and your favorite character is Johnny Cage.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god, he's so funny. Especially when he's the I love Deadpool too. He's so good.
Deadpool's in Mortal Kombat? Oh, they have like everybody in Mortal Kombat now.
Yeah, they're like fucking Omni-Man. Dude.
What the freak? Really?
Yeah, they have
Yeah,
Omni
they got-
Man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You taunt with him and then he does the pose where he like his ass is out.
Yeah.
Why is he like invincible now? I've hit him so many times.
Yeah, this guy's just fucking way too creepy.
This is like a big problem I have with like everything in this game. I think he might be bugged and he's like legit like immortal. Never mind. Why did he take so many hits? That was actually unreal.
I'm actually wondering. Does he have eyeballs underneath himself now? And you need to hit like where the eyeballs are, and we just don't know because we're giant and we're looking above him.
Maybe.
No, it doesn't look like it.
Yeah, I don't think so. I dodged. The hitbox is also like really strange too. Like that was somehow not hitting, but like sometimes it somehow does. Also, these guys like never drop any pickups, even though they can. I swear to God, the first 2 hits have no hitbox, and then the uppercut has like the greatest hitbox of all time.
Yeah, infinite hitbox.
Yeah. Just like in real life.
That's so true.
Okay, they should not give him projectiles that do 2 hearts of damage.
True.
TSPMO.
Yes. PMO.
Mask off.
NGL, TSPMO, ICL.
What is ICL?
I can't lie.
Oh, okay.
They could have given this man like a stick fucking like AoE hit on you, but they have mercy.
I'm gonna walk angrily. Like, this shit just takes so long. Why does it need to be on the ground for this long?
Bro, they thought the spectacle was worth all this. They were wrong. Someone on the dev team definitely did just say, I want Link to be big.
Like, find any way you can to make him big. Like, but we would only, with John Nintendo, we would only have it for 1 room. And like, make it 1 room.
I don't care.
On the reward of this game can only be used in 5 areas. Make this item. Oh my god, we're in for the long haul, aren't we?
Yeah,
Jesus
we're on hit
Christ.
2, and we know it at least goes to hit 4.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Okay, it really is just because it takes so many fucking hits to get him down. Like, for no... And he can do this shit, which is unreal, because he can just decide to spin around on the ground forever. And then what? We literally have no counterplay to this. Like, look, I can't attack him during this. If he shoots the fireballs, I die. If he shoots the worms, then I can do something.
Do you think the ground pound move is good now? Like, maybe cause it
I should turn around. And then sometimes he goes up to try and, like, avoid us, and then I can't hit him. Motherfucker's evil. Oh, wait, no way, I think I know what it is. I think the parts closer to his head take more damage than the ones closer to his tail. And so if you...
You might be right.
If you are only hitting the head, you do, like, unlimited damage, but the ones near the end do, like, nothing.
Or thinks he's the werewolf.
Okay.
This is... I'm sorry. No, I was gonna say, this feels like they just inserted, like a random fucking... Like, this feels so just weird. Like, this just does not feel like this belongs in the Zelda game a little bit.
I kind of agree.
At least you get hearts from them.
Well, they just simply decided to give me hearts this time, I guess. They always could, they just chose not to.
Before?
Before I killed, like, literally a whole gaggle of them, and they were like, yeah, you get 0 hearts, bro. Tough shit, hold that. And I was like, well,
Really?
yeah.
Thank God they let the roll kill them.
True. You rolled into them before, and I got kind of scared, I'm not gonna lie.
The roll is, like, actually broken in this, because it takes you so far.
True.
Dude, I feel like this is how you're gonna walk, Key, when you're like 80 years old. You're gonna be walking like this.
Like this?
Yeah, like
What?
Popeye.
Like, okay. Like, bro, what do I do? Get overly swole, or is this just how I handle my fucking, like...
That's how you handle yourself. Well, you're old. You can't be like that big anymore.
Well, yeah, I'm all skinny and I'm just fucking walking around like I have an agenda.
Yeah.
Like I have an agenda? That's crazy.
Oh, it was hit
Thank
4 too.
God. Jesus.
We died right before the final hit. So yeah, and you're telling me, like, with all this bullshit that you enjoy the temples.
Yeah.
Okay. There's just so much unnecessary shit in them that I don't understand why they put in. They're not bad overall, but they could be so much better.
Yeah, Majora's Mask doesn't have the best ones. Ocarina of Time has the worst ones, and people would fucking pull a gun to my head for that, but it's just the truth.
If this one doesn't have the worst ones, I'm scared to think what fucking Ocarina of Time has.
Oh, yeah, no, dude. There's some Zelda games I just outright fucking hate. Like, fucking their temples are just bad. They're just straight up bad. Like, Like Ocarina of Time just got some shit ass temples. I ain't just be real. Actually, Ocarina of Time, fucking dare I say, is just kind of a fucking shit ass game in retrospect. Maybe it was good for the time it came out.
Dude,
And I
people
know
love
people
that
would hate.
game.
Yeah, I know, but that shit was not worth anything. Like,
Well, we've helped all of you. That's all we can do. C. Oh, call us. Oh, is this the final song of the game? Not being told we understand, so now you'll help us out in exchange. We'll call you from atop the clock tower, so do something about him, alright? Don't we fight Evil Link? Like Shadow Link,
no,
or
that's
not in this
Ocarina
one?
of
That's Ocarina of
Time.
Time? Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, if I was Link, I'd be so fucking fed up with this shit. Because, like, I literally got gooned and then went back in time, and now I'm a child, and I have to, like, fucking help all these people, and I'm dealing with this shit.
True. I mean, I don't know. I guess he was just fucking built for this, because he went back to Hyrule and immediately enlisted in the army.
He wanted to kill.
War. Yeah, he was looking for war.
Well, I mean, if you did all this shit 2 games in a row, you'd be like, alright, time to kill literally everyone. I'm God. What is that? The vortex of evil. Oh my god, oh my god, the emulation!
Oh god.
There you go, patched and fixed it.
Jesus.
Wait, do we need to do something in this area before the day ends?
No. No, they actually have mercy with this area. This area is perfectly, like, nothing else is in this area.
I see. You see, I bet you guys all forgot about that one thieving guy who chills outside of this area that we're gonna need to remember his schedule for. See?
The guy who steals the
bomb bag.
The lady's purse?
Yeah. The same thing. Same diff.
Same diff, bomb bags, lady's
Alright.
purse.
Maybe we talk to the child?
Yeah.
Or you don't just walk into people's house. Oh. Well, alright. Is there nothing? There's really nothing. There's nothing for me to do here, right?
There's nothing here to do.
Alright, well, off we go, and then we reset, and then we can actually play the game.
Yeah.
So we've gone to every area, done every temple.
Yeah, we have access to the final boss now.
But don't we have to get all the masks?
So there's 2 different endings. There's the ending with just the like you save all 4 of the kingdoms, and then you go on top of the clock tower and you face off against Skull Kid with your 3 transformation masks. And then there's the fierce deity ending that you get for...
Oh, that's where the... I didn't know that was from this game.
Oh, you
I'm gonna be
Fierce
so
Deity
real
was
with
from
you.
this game?
I don't know how I didn't know. I feel like maybe I did know and then I just forgot, and now I'm surprised hearing it again.
Yeah, you get the fierce deity ending where instead of fighting Skull Kid with your 3 transformations masks, you do it with basically it's basically getting all the Chaos Emeralds in a Sonic game.
Yeah, you become super
And then you get
Link.
and you get a special ending, credit scene. Not credit scene, just the entire credits are different. They give you an extended look at everyone's lives after you've helped them.
Interesting. So you think we should see both endings, since they probably wouldn't be too difficult to do?
I think so. Plus, I feel like the reward for getting all the masks kind of takes away from the final. It's cool. Don't get me wrong, but you don't really have to engage with the final boss at all when you do the masks ending because they basically turn you into supersonic, and the boss kind of ends after like a minute.
Yeah, I see. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of just want to do the side quests. Those are like the part of the game that actually was fun.
I feel like I feel like there's one thing about the main quest you'll like. It is the final boss. I feel like it's the exact type of zaniness that you are looking for in this game.
I fucked up technical showcase game up 2 times. Wait, what is Welcome Tour?
That's the showcase game for the Switch 2. It's like you get to walk around and like explore the internals.
The inside of the Switch 2.
Yeah.
Is it free or does it cost money?
It costs
like fucking
what?
Yeah.
$1 billion, dude.
Yeah.
Wait, is it full price 90 physical, 80 digital?
No, I think it's just 10. The 90s, the Mario Kart World is 90 physical and 80 digital.
What the fuck? Okay, I know other companies are gonna be taking this though and being like, "Well, fuck, man, this is standard."
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. And like,
well, I mean, at this point they have to, like, especially. Well, for Nintendo, it's because of tariffs.
They have to do it.
And it'll end up being the same thing for Sony because they're based in Japan too. So Xbox and like Microsoft is probably just gonna be like, well.
Yeah, because all the prices are normal in Japan.
No way.
Yeah, and like just today, Trump announced another 25% like tax increase for Japanese imports. So I actually don't know how Nintendo's gonna survive in the Western market anymore. Like,
that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Literally, a game is gonna be like a third of the cost of the console.
Yeah. I genuinely don't know. I mean, maybe in 4 years after Trump's out of office, we'll be able to have normal priced games again.